destroyer USS Howard, and why the United States, along with other nations, had to negotiate to rescue this ship. The question is, did the pirates ever really stand a chance? And how did this piracy problem in Somalia even begin? Somalia, a nation located on the Horn of Africa, has faced numerous challenges, from war and poverty to lawlessness. In the 1990s, after President Siad Barre was overthrown, the country fell into a state of anarchy without a strong central government. Taking advantage of this situation, many foreign vessels began encroaching on Somali waters, fishing illegally and dumping waste into its seas. To protect their waters and livelihoods, local fishermen gradually turned into pirates. By the 2000s, Somali pirates had become the focus of global attention. They were heavily armed, capturing large ships to demand ransom. These pirates often used small, agile boats to attack and take crews hostage. Demanding ransom became a lucrative business for them. Unlike the image of old-time pirates living on ships, modern pirates have land-based hideouts and use small, fast boats to carry out their attacks. Their weapons now consist of guns instead of swords, and their goal is to instill fear and plunder. One terrifying punishment they employ is marooning, abandoning troublemakers on a deserted island with a small amount of food, water, and a gun, leaving the person to either survive on their own or decide their own fate. In the fight against piracy, the U.S. Navy plays a crucial role, standing as a symbol of global naval power. Facing them are daring pirates, willing to risk everything for a massive payout. Each encounter becomes a complex battle of wits, as the U.S. Navy deploys advanced technologies and sophisticated strategies to counter this threat. The Navy has opted for non-lethal deterrence measures rather than resorting to full-scale force. But does this approach truly work in deterring pirates? Some argue that it's time to take a tougher stance. A friend of mine once said, "When pirates attack ships in international waters, lethal force must be used. It's time to put an end to this threat." What do you think about this perspective? If you agree, leave a yes in the comments below. The U.S. Navy believes that using non-lethal weapons helps minimize risks when facing threats, while also ensuring the safety of everyone at sea. One of the most commonly used tools is the long-range acoustic device, LRAD, which emits concentrated sound waves, causing pain and deterring targets from approaching. Additionally, powerful water cannons are employed to fend off pirate attacks. These devices create an extremely strong water stream, forming an impenetrable barrier that prevents pirates from getting close to commercial ships. The ability to spray water directly into pirate boats not only makes them difficult to control, but can also rapidly flood the hull, causing the vessel to gradually sink. Do you know what happens when a boat fills up with water? Moreover, there are more aggressive measures like stun grenades, electrified barriers, laser devices, and blinding guns, all non-lethal but uncomfortable and sometimes extremely painful. That's why the U.S. has developed multiple tactics to counter pirate attacks. One of the most notable clashes with pirates that the U.S. Navy has faced occurred aboard the USS Nicholas, FFG-47, in April 2010. While patrolling the Indian Ocean, the ship detected a suspected pirate boat, known as a skiff, moving near its location. The crew on the USS Nicholas responded swiftly, deploying necessary defensive measures.
Attempted to flee.
The situation escalated when the pirates fired first at the Navy warship. The U.S. vessel immediately returned fire and pursued the skiff to neutralize the armed group. U.S. Navy sailors from the USS Nicholas boarded the skiff and captured a group of 3 pirates. The troops discovered a cache of ammunition and fuel containers on the boat and sank it after apprehending the pirates. Later, the same U.S. warship captured 2 more pirates on a larger vessel believed to be the mother ship of the previously detained group. These captured pirates were brought to the U.S. for trial and sentenced to life imprisonment. This incident not only demonstrated the strength of the USS Nicholas, but also showcased the crew's superior combat capabilities in dealing with pirate threats. Another memorable event occurred in April 2009 when the USS Bainbridge was deployed to rescue the American cargo ship MV Maersk, Alabama, which had been hijacked by Somali pirates. In this incident, the pirates took Captain Richard Phillips hostage and held him on a lifeboat. Negotiations between the Navy and the pirates grew increasingly tense, leading the U.S. Navy to decide on decisive action. A Navy SEAL team from the USS Bainbridge executed a nighttime raid, eliminating 3 pirates and safely rescuing Captain Phillips. This rescue mission, known as Operation Neptune's Spear, was a testament to the skill and precision of the U.S. Navy in handling pirate threats, even under the most challenging circumstances. However, not all nations are fortunate enough to possess the robust capabilities that the U.S. has in the fight against piracy. Other countries face significant obstacles due to limited resources, challenging geography, and varying levels of international support, putting them at a disadvantage in their efforts to protect their maritime routes. In this context, the U.S. Navy stands out as a powerful force, capable of controlling and securing vast stretches of ocean. Their fleet is not only the largest, but also the most advanced in the world, with the Zumwalt-class ships exemplifying innovation and cutting-edge progress. The USS Zumwalt, the first in its class, is designed for multi-mission capabilities, from deterrence to sea control, prepared to tackle current and future challenges with state-of-the-art technology. Soon, the Zumwalt will be equipped with the Common Hypersonic Glide Body, a system capable of speeds exceeding Mach 5, able to destroy targets with its astounding velocity alone. Alongside it, the Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, serving since 1991, remain steadfast as a mainstay, with capabilities to counter threats from air to underwater. Do pirates stand any chance against these top-tier warships? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to follow Navy Power for more discussions on this topic. Thanks to the advanced Aegis combat system, these ships can detect, track, and eliminate targets quickly and efficiently, neutralizing threats within seconds. In the global fight against piracy, leading international organizations like the International Maritime Bureau, IMB, have played a pivotal role. The IMB not only monitors and records attacks, but also provides critical information to governments and authorities worldwide. Additionally, the United Nations has established the UN-class Convention, setting a comprehensive legal framework for addressing piracy. This convention requires countries to cooperate internationally to capture and prosecute pirates, regardless of their nationality or area of operation. The Combined Task Force 150, CTF 150, directed by the Combined Maritime Forces, is a multinational fleet with the primary mission of maintaining maritime security and stability in the Gulf of Aden, the Arabian Sea, and the Indian Ocean. Their duties include counterterrorism, stopping illegal activities like piracy and smuggling, and creating a secure maritime environment. The fight against piracy is a global collaborative effort, with participating nations contributing. Imagine a horrifying scenario: the world's most powerful superpower, the United States, facing a nuclear threat. Intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, rain down from the skies, launched from distant lands like Russia or North Korea. Have you ever envisioned such a scenario? It sounds like an unthinkable nightmare, but the reality is that ICBMs can strike the United States within just 30 minutes of being launched. 30 minutes. That's the brief time it takes for an ICBM to cross continents and devastate a city. Can America's defense systems counter this threat? Navy Power will provide you with the answers. Before we dive into understanding the U.S. defense system, it's important to first grasp the nature of the threats these defense systems are designed to counter, especially those posed by modern missiles. These weapons are not just simple long-range missiles or conventional munitions. They are strategic tools designed to inflict unimaginable destruction, capable of wiping out millions of lives and turning major cities into rubble. Moreover, Their destructive power has the potential to change not just one nation but the entire world, creating long-lasting consequences that cannot be undone. To better understand the level of danger posed by these missiles, we need to look at one of the most terrifying nuclear weapons possessed by a modern superpower, Russia's RS-28 Sarmat, also known as Satan II. This is one of the most powerful intercontinental ballistic missiles, capable of carrying nuclear warheads with devastating power. The RS-28 Sarmat was developed with the aim of overcoming any existing missile defense system in the world. This missile is not only capable of striking targets at extremely long distances, but it is also equipped with advanced technologies to evade detection and interception by defense systems, making it a real threat to any nation, including those with the most advanced missile defense systems. The RS-28 Sarmat is launched from silos similar to those used for the R-36M2 Voyevoda missile. It can be transported by rail from the manufacturing site to military units or placed on four-axle trailers pulled by heavy-duty trucks. According to the manufacturer, the RS-28 Sarmat is 116.5 feet long, 9.8 feet in diameter, and has a launch weight of 458,600 pounds. The missile is primarily made of durable yet lightweight aluminum-magnesium alloys, enabling it to carry a large payload. Composite materials are also used in its storage and launch containers to reduce radar detection. According to the U.S. Missile Defense Project, Russian media reports that the Satan II missile can carry 10 large warheads, 16 smaller ones, or 24 U-74 hypersonic glide vehicles. This means a single Satan II missile can unleash destructive power equivalent to 8 megatons of TNT, 400 times more powerful than the atomic bomb the US dropped on Japan in 1945. What makes Satan II particularly dangerous is not just its power, but also its advanced countermeasures. The system is equipped with sophisticated decoys and penetration aids that disrupt missile defense systems. The technology enabling Satan II to launch multiple warheads simultaneously is called Multiple Independently Targetable Reentry Vehicle, MIRV. After reaching a speed of 15,000 miles per hour, the missile disperses warheads, each capable of striking targets hundreds of miles apart, depending on strategy. This missile can carry 10 to 15 nuclear warheads, each estimated to have yields in the tens of megatons. Its range of up to 11,200 miles means every location in the US is within its reach. The missile is also equipped with various decoys to confuse enemy defense systems. The RS-28 Sarmat features an RD-274 engine in its initial stage, and its warheads can travel at Mach 20.7, approximately 15,800 miles per hour, with a complex trajectory, making it nearly impossible to intercept. Satan II, also known as the RS-28 Sarmat, is not only an incredibly powerful intercontinental ballistic missile, but also equipped with the ability to deploy hypersonic glide vehicles, HGVs, which can travel at speeds exceeding Mach 5. One of the standout features of HGVs is their ability to change flight direction mid-course, making tracking and interception extremely difficult for traditional defense systems. Thanks to this flexibility, HGVs can evade modern missile defense systems, such as interceptors designed to counter traditional ballistic missiles. These sudden course changes make predicting and locking onto targets nearly impossible. Additionally, the high speed and unpredictable flight trajectory of HGVs allow them to bypass defense lines like missile shields or radar tracking systems, posing a significant threat to nations with missile defense technology. With the combination of these factors, Satan II, along with its ability to deploy HGVs, has become one of the most powerful and terrifying weapon systems, overcoming many current defense technologies and ushering in a new era in nuclear warfare and intercontinental attacks. So, what can the United States do against such a threat? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's discuss this pressing issue. Turning to the Korean Peninsula, despite being a small country, North Korea possesses significant military potential and can become a formidable threat. One of North Korea's strategic weapons is the Hwasong-17 ballistic missile, with a range of up to approximately 9,300 miles, enabling it to strike any location on U.S. soil, including major cities such as New York, Washington, D.C., and Los Angeles. The Hwasong-17 is a powerful intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, capable of carrying a nuclear warhead and altering its flight trajectory to avoid interception. This development has made North Korea a serious contender in the challenge of maintaining international security stability, particularly in the context of rising tensions between the U.S. and North Korea. The Hwasong-17 missile is not only a powerful offensive tool, but also a means for North Korea to showcase its strength and deterrence capabilities against other nations. With its vast range and ability to carry nuclear warheads, the Hwasong-17 raises concerns over the risk of nuclear conflict and presents a major challenge for the missile defense systems of the U.S. and its allies in the region. The missile's technical specifications have not been disclosed by Pyongyang. However, experts from 38 North, a North Korea-focused program at the Stimson Center, a U.S. policy think tank, estimate it to have a diameter of 8.2 feet, a height of 78.7 to 85.3 feet, and a launch weight of 176,000 to 242,500 pounds. These dimensions make the Hwasong-17 the largest liquid-fueled ICBM mounted on a mobile launcher in the world. Ankit Panda, an expert on North Korea's missile and nuclear weapons programs at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace in the U.S., noted that the size and engine configuration suggest the first stage of the Hwasong-17 could generate up to 160 tons of thrust. With its dimensions, the Hwasong-17 can carry multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles, MIRVs, and decoys to enhance its ability to penetrate missile defense systems. The MIRV design poses a significant threat to U.S. missile defense systems. As of 2020, the U.S. ground-based mid-course defense (GMD) system had 44 interceptor missiles, but to guarantee a hit, at least 4 interceptors must be launched to counter a single enemy missile. Consequently, the U.S. missile shield can only intercept a maximum of 11 incoming warheads at once. The Hwasong-17, capable of carrying 3 to 4 warheads, or a mix of real warheads and decoys, could overwhelm the GMD system if North Korea launched multiple ICBMs simultaneously. While North Korea's missile technology has not yet reached the level of sophistication and power of Russia's, it is undeniable that the rapid development of its national missile program is increasingly causing concern and apprehension worldwide. The Hwasong-17 missile, one of North Korea's latest breakthrough weapons, is not only believed to be capable of carrying multiple nuclear warheads, but it is also designed with advanced features to effectively counter modern missile defense systems. In particular, the Hwasong-17 has high maneuverability, allowing it to alter its trajectory throughout its flight to avoid detection and interception. Additionally, this missile is equipped with penetration capabilities similar to Russia's Satan II, enabling it to bypass defense layers, thus posing a very serious threat to any nation with ambitions to protect itself using missile defense systems. The combination of advanced missile technology and flexible maneuverability has made the Hwasong-17 a weapon that cannot be taken lightly in North Korea's hands. Can America's missile defense shield withstand the destructive power of modern missiles? Join Navy Power as we analyze U.S. defense systems in detail and seek answers. The first system the United States relies on is the Ground-Based Mid-Course Defense, GMD, a mid-course defense layer. This system is designed to intercept nuclear warheads during their mid-course phase while they are traveling through space before re-entering Earth's atmosphere. But is GMD truly effective? GMD operates by launching ground-based interceptors (GIs) from bases in Alaska and California. It is currently the only U.S. system capable of defending the entire mainland against ICBM threats, particularly from nations with nuclear weapon potential like North Korea or Iran. GMD functions through the tight integration of advanced technologies, including radar systems, GBIs, and a network of surveillance satellites. The GMD process begins with the early detection of enemy missile launches. The Space-Based Infrared System, SBIS, a satellite network equipped with infrared sensors, detects the heat signature from missile engines and relays the information to the command center. Next, the Sea-Based X-band radar, SBX, mounted on a mobile oil rig platform, along with ground-based long-range radar systems, tracks the missile's trajectory, analyzes its speed and flight path, and predicts its impact point. The SBX can detect objects with a radar cross-section as small as 1 square meter from up to 3,100 miles away, enabling the system to accurately identify real warheads and distinguish them from decoys. The interceptors in the Ground-Based Mid-Course Defense (GMD) system are launched from silos in Alaska and California, using kinetic energy to destroy incoming ICBMs in space. These interceptors are equipped with solid-fuel rocket motors, enabling them to reach a maximum speed of over 24,000 kilometers per hour, sufficient to counter high-speed targets in space. However, the effectiveness of the GMD system remains controversial. In testing, its success rate is only about 58%, even under controlled conditions. This raises concerns about its real-world performance against adversaries employing countermeasures such as decoys or fake warheads, which could reduce the accuracy of radar and sensor systems. Currently, GMD has only 44 operational interceptors, making the system vulnerable to overload during large-scale attacks or multiple simultaneous threats. Cost and technical limitations also present significant challenges. The system's development cost has exceeded $40 billion, with an annual operating cost of about $1 billion. Each interceptor launch costs around $70 million, adding to budgetary pressures. Additionally, the limited number of interceptors and reliance on existing radar systems hinder the system's flexibility to respond to threats from multiple directions. Plans for upgrading GMD include deploying 20 new interceptors in Alaska by 2030 and developing a next-generation radar system, the Long-Range Discrimination Radar, LRDR, to replace SBX. Advanced rocket engine technologies are also being researched to enhance the speed and maneuverability of interceptors. In addition to the GMD system, a key component of the U.S. missile defense strategy includes the Aegis Ballistic Missile Defense, Aegis BMD system, a cutting-edge defense technology designed to counter threats from ballistic missiles. The Aegis BMD system primarily focuses on intercepting and destroying missiles during the final phase of their flight trajectory, when the ballistic missiles re-enter the Earth's atmosphere and are descending toward their targets, a phase that is both critical and highly dangerous. Aegis uses the ANSPY-1 radar, an active electronically scanned array, AESA radar, capable of detecting and tracking ballistic missiles at distances up to 1,000 kilometers, providing precise guidance data for interceptors. The system primarily employs the Standard Missile-3 SM-3, capable of destroying targets at altitudes of 100 to 150 kilometers, with speeds exceeding Mach 15 over 17,000 kilometers per hour. It uses hit-to-kill technology to neutralize targets kinetically without explosives. Operating at altitudes up to 100 kilometers, Aegis functions in the stratosphere, beyond the range of commercial aircraft, but below ICBM trajectories. Aegis BMD is designed mainly to counter short and medium-range ballistic missiles, often originating from conflict zones or hostile nations in close proximity. Recent technological advancements have extended Aegis's capability to assist in intercepting ICBMs, though it remains a secondary defense layer. This is particularly significant in addressing regional threats, such as North Korea, where short or medium-range missiles might target U.S. allies like Japan or South Korea. As the missile threat draws nearer, the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense THAAD system will be activated, serving as the final shield against sudden attacks. THAAD is designed to intercept ballistic missiles during their terminal phase when they re-enter Earth's atmosphere and descend toward their targets. A THAAD interceptor missile measures 20 feet in length, weighs 2,000 pounds, and has a maximum range of 125 miles with an intercept altitude between 25 and 93 miles within the stratosphere. The system employs hit-to-kill technology, destroying missiles through direct impact at hypersonic speeds, often exceeding Mach 8, approximately 6,000 miles per hour. The destructive force of such an impact not only neutralizes the incoming missile, but also completely disables any accompanying warheads, including nuclear or chemical ones. THAAD is designed with an operational range of up to 125 miles, capable of intercepting missiles at altitudes between 25 and 93 miles, providing protection for target areas against short and medium-range missiles, and even assisting in countering intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, during their terminal phase. The core component of the system is the anti-piracy radar, an active electronically scanned array, AESA, radar operating in the X-band frequency, with a detection range of up to 620 miles and the ability to distinguish real threats from decoys or dummy warheads. THAAD's mobile launch system is deployed on trucks, with each launcher carrying 8 missiles, allowing rapid deployment to strategic areas such as South Korea, Japan, and the Middle East to protect allies from short and medium-range ballistic missile threats. However, THAAD is not a perfect solution. One major limitation is its capacity to handle a limited number of missiles during an attack. In the event of a full-scale nuclear assault by nations like Russia or China, which have the ability to launch large volumes of ICBMs, THAAD could quickly become overwhelmed. Each THAAD battery costs approximately $3 billion, with each interceptor missile priced at $11 million. Although the system has demonstrated a success rate of over 90% in testing, THAAD still requires upgrades to counter increasingly sophisticated threats and work more effectively with other systems like GMD and Aegis BMD to ensure national and regional security. Additionally, THAAD is primarily designed to protect specific areas rather than the entire nation, making it more suitable for regional threats than large-scale strategic attacks. Imagine this scenario. If a nuclear attack were to occur on U.S. soil, what targets would the adversary prioritize? With the advancements in hypersonic missile technology from adversarial nations, does THAAD need further upgrades to maintain its status as one of the most advanced missile defense systems? Do you believe we are adequately prepared to face the worst-case scenario? Share your opinions and help us find solutions together. Major cities like New York, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., and Chicago would be among the first targets. The destruction of these urban centers would not only result in significant economic and political damage, but also cause a severe psychological shock, potentially breaking the national spirit. Adversaries would also aim at strategic military bases, particularly those housing nuclear weapons, ICBM silos, and missile defense systems. Locations like Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota or Vandenberg Space Force Base in California would undoubtedly be primary targets. Additionally, critical infrastructure such as power grids, transportation networks, and communication hubs would be attacked to paralyze the nation, making it difficult for the U.S. to organize defense or recover from the disaster. In the event of a nuclear attack, the United States would apply the doctrine of mutually assured destruction, MAD, a powerful deterrence mechanism designed to prevent any nation from launching a nuclear strike. This doctrine is based on the principle that if a country were to attack the U.S. with nuclear weapons, that country would face a massive retaliatory strike, resulting in the complete destruction of both sides. Both nations would suffer catastrophic losses, including the death of millions, the destruction of infrastructure, and the breakdown of key societal elements. Therefore, according to the MAD doctrine, the likelihood of a nuclear war is very low, as no nation would want to endure the devastating consequences of a nuclear strike, with total annihilation always looming as a real threat in such scenarios. However, the current missile defense systems, including GMD, Aegis BMD, and THAAD, still have certain limitations. No missile defense system guarantees the ability to intercept 100% of incoming missiles, particularly during a large-scale attack or one utilizing advanced technologies such as hypersonic missiles, maneuverable reentry vehicles, MARVs, or radar decoy warheads. While effective in regional protection and countering smaller threats, these systems are insufficient to withstand a full-scale attack from nuclear superpowers like Russia or China. Nonetheless, with the continuous advancement of military technology, particularly in offensive capabilities, the United States must keep investing in next-generation defense systems. New generation long-range radars, such as the Long-Range Discrimination Radar, LRDR, will offer enhanced detection and decoy discrimination capabilities. Space-based intercept systems and directed energy weapons, lasers, are also being researched to combat hypersonic missiles and complex warheads. Additionally, increasing the number of interceptors in the GMD system and upgrading THAAD to handle large-scale attacks are viable approaches. In the ongoing arms race, the United States' optimal defense strategy involves not only upgrading military technology, but also requiring flexible strategic thinking. Building a robust, active defense system and the capability to respond with devastating force to effectively deter potential adversaries is a key element of this strategy. This necessitates a delicate balance between hard and soft power, between defense and offense, to ensure national security and maintain global superpower status. In a world full of instability, national security is the top priority for every nation. What do you think about the U.S. defense approach? Is combining both defense and offense a wise choice? An advanced system made up of many separate modules that can be connected in different ways depending on the needs of each mission. This offers maximum flexibility in transport, allowing the U.S. military to maintain operations without relying on port infrastructure. One of INL's most notable advantages is its ability to carry loads of up to 330,000 pounds, capable of transporting a variety of goods, such as containers, vehicles, equipment, and supplies, thereby accelerating the logistics process at the coastline. Notably, INLS utilizes advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence, AI, big data analytics, and the Internet of Things, IoT, to monitor and optimize supply chains in real time. According to data from the U.S. Navy, systems like INLS have helped reduce storage and transport times by up to 30%, while also increasing the operational sustainability of combat units in harsh environments. In the context of modern warfare, where military operations demand greater flexibility and rapid connectivity, INLS is an indispensable part of the global logistics strategy for superpowers like the US, Russia, and China. In this system, the Military Sealift Command, MSC, plays an important role. This U.S. Navy unit manages military transport vehicles, including roll-on, roll-off, RORO ships, which facilitate the loading and unloading of vehicles without requiring a dock. RORO ships can lower ramps, allowing vehicles to easily move from the ship to the shore, saving time and improving operational efficiency. Vehicles such as Humvees, multi-purpose trucks, and even heavy armored vehicles can be loaded onto the INLS and transported safely, even when the coastline is not directly accessible. So, have you ever wondered how U.S. armed forces manage to quickly and efficiently bring heavy weapons, such as the HIMARS rocket artillery system, to the battlefield during amphibious operations? The answer lies in the INLS system and the Landing Craft Utility, LCU. LCU vessels can transport military vehicles directly from the ship to the beach, or onto the INLS if direct beach access is not possible. The LCU, with a carrying capacity of up to 440,000 pounds, is a crucial amphibious vehicle. It can transport large military equipment such as tanks, armored vehicles, heavy machinery, and vehicles onto beaches or land areas without requiring a port. The LCU not only carries troops, but can also transport essential supplies, ranging from ammunition to medical equipment and other goods needed to support amphibious landings or rescue operations. The transport capabilities of the LCU, Landing Craft Utility, are not limited to carrying combat vehicles. They also include the ability to access areas with difficult terrain or beaches that cannot be directly reached. With its tracks and flexible design, the LCU can cross muddy beaches, deep snow, or even storm-ravaged areas that larger ships cannot access. This allows the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps to move weapons, vehicles, and troops to strategic positions on the coastline quickly and efficiently, regardless of terrain or weather conditions. Imagine this. HIMARS systems can fire precise and powerful rocket salvos from the coast, targeting critical objectives. The ILS, Inland Navigation Launch System, serves as the bridge to position these heavy vehicles exactly where they're needed, ready for assault. As a military expert, how would you assess the importance of the INLS and amphibious landing systems in maintaining combat effectiveness during amphibious operations? Share your thoughts in the comments section below this video. When it comes to amphibious operations, our first thought is often of powerful warships capable of transporting military forces and equipment from distant islands to the shore. This is the specialty of the United States Marine Corps, USMC. Amphibious ships like the San Antonio-class LPD, landing platform dock, stand out as some of the best amphibious assault ships in the world, not only for their ability to transport troops, but also for their capacity to deploy vehicles, aircraft, and amphibious craft ashore. The San Antonio-class ships are remarkable not only for their troop transport capabilities, with space to carry up to 2,000 Marines and 14 heavy amphibious vehicles, but also for their ability to deploy combat vehicles, armored trucks, and helicopters onto land. With a large flight deck, the San Antonio LPD can accommodate and operate heavy amphibious craft like the LCC, Landing Craft Air Cushion, which is an air cushion vehicle that glides over the water, allowing for rapid deployment of troops and equipment to the shore, unaffected by tides or natural obstacles. Notable amphibious operations like the 1983 Grenada invasion and the 2003 Iraq invasion demonstrated the flexibility and effectiveness of amphibious ships and the Marine Corps in securing and controlling coastal areas in diverse combat environments. Specifically, these LPDs can launch 2 air cushion landing crafts, LTACs, or a single landing craft utility, LCU. Other amphibious vehicles, such as the AAV, Assault Amphibious Vehicle, or ACV, Amphibious Combat Vehicle, can also be deployed from the ship. Imagine these vehicles slowly lowering into the water, preparing for the battle on the coastline. It's not just a simple landing, it's an incredible demonstration of technological power and tactical proficiency. What's even more fascinating is that the U.S. Marine Corps also uses the M142 HIMARS, High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, a powerful weapon with a shoot-and-scoot tactic. HIMARS can be deployed from ships or aircraft, firing rockets and immediately moving to avoid enemy retaliation. You can picture HIMARS units not just striking first, but moving like ghosts, making it nearly impossible for the enemy to counter. One of the impressive tests involved deploying HIMARS directly from the deck of a warship, showcasing the weapon's incredible mobility. HIMARS uses rockets like the GMLRS, Guided Multiple Launch Rocket System, which has a range of 3 miles with the standard GMLRS version and up to 186 miles with the ATAMS, Army Tactical Missile System, enabling precise strikes on strategic targets. This system can fire up to 6 rockets in 60 seconds with extremely high accuracy, thanks to GPS and INS, Inertial Navigation System, guidance technology. Targets may include ammunition depots, command centers, radar stations, and moving targets. According to Navy Power's research, one HIMARS battery costs about $14 million, including transport vehicles, the rocket launcher system, and supporting equipment, while each GMLRS rocket costs between $100,000 and $150,000. The precision and flexibility are justified for swift and accurate attack operations. If you agree with this, comment number 1. But landing on the beach is only the first step. Once U.S. forces have secured the beachhead, moving military equipment further inland presents a significant challenge. Rail transport becomes a critical option, especially when rail lines run through major military bases. Rail transport can be cost-effective, but it requires careful preparation, and the deployment speed is not as fast as road transport. Military trucks like the Oshkosh M70 and the M1000 trailers from the US are used to transport the M1 Abrams main battle tanks. Can you imagine the sight of massive M1 Abrams tanks, without engines, being lifted by cranes onto trucks or trains? This is a job that demands absolute precision and perfect coordination between technicians and supporting personnel. Additionally, while rail transport is cheaper, it is much slower compared to road transport. For this reason, the US military and armed forces from many countries still rely on heavy trucks to meet the demands of fast and efficient transport. Let me give you an example from the German military using military trucks from Rheinmetall. The RMMV, Rheinmetall military vehicles, truck line from Germany, such as the HX2, HX60, and HX77, has proven its versatility and durability in all combat conditions. Heavy-duty military trucks like the M1070 Heavy Equipment Transporter, HET, and the M939 series are designed to transport heavy combat vehicles, including tanks, armored vehicles, other military machinery, and supplies. For example, the M70 HET can carry up to 154,000 pounds of cargo, allowing large military vehicles to be moved from ports or logistics hubs to strategic areas, even in rugged terrain or areas without developed roads. Each M1070 can carry an M1 Abrams tank weighing around 132,000 pounds, which helps the US military maintain mobility and readiness on any battlefield. In addition, the M939 series trucks, with a payload capacity of 22,000 to 33,000 pounds, are widely used for transporting weapons, ammunition, and essential military supplies. These trucks can operate in various weather conditions and terrains, from arid desert areas to snowstorms, and can even function during amphibious operations when roads are blocked. According to our research, military heavy trucks like the M1070 HET cost around $1 million each, while other truck models like the M939 range from $50,000 to $150,000, depending on the configuration and special feature. In extreme snow and freezing conditions, drivers can use tire chains to ensure the vehicles operate effectively on tough terrains. Whether transporting troops, towing artillery, or recovering equipment, these vehicles maintain optimal performance. These transport methods not only ensure combat readiness, but also reflect the crucial logistic strategies that determine success in any military campaign. In harsh winter conditions, the US military must carefully prepare to face the challenges of ice and snow. To prepare for operations in polar regions, the US military may train in Alaska, but frequently participates in snow and ice exercises in Norway, a NATO member country. One of the key exercises is Trident Juncture, held annually, which helps US military drivers learn how to use tracks and drive vehicles on snow-covered and icy roads. In addition, the US Marine Corps has the opportunity to hone their combat skills in cold weather and mountainous terrain in Germany through the Snow Panzer exercise. This is part of a training plan designed to make Marines proficient in fighting in extreme environments like the Arctic. During winter training, soldiers also undergo special drills, which include operating vehicles in deep snow, moving infantry through frozen areas, and using cold weather gear like winter protective suits and communications equipment that functions in extreme cold. The US military also conducts joint exercises with NATO allies in cold regions like Norway, where they practice winter warfare tactics, from setting up observation posts to deploying forces into remote areas. These invaluable experiences will serve as important assets for future military operations. But training doesn't just stop at tactics and strategy. Training also helps soldiers become accustomed to maintaining combat readiness in freezing conditions, while UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles, play an increasingly important role in modern warfare. The US military will also test UAVs in extreme cold environments to evaluate their performance under these harsh conditions. Throughout the history of warfare, US military operations in the Arctic have been rare since the Korean War. However, ice and snow training has been crucial in preparing for future combat operations in polar regions. Fortunately, Tracked combat vehicles have a significant advantage in these conditions, and the U.S. military possesses a wide range of tracked vehicles, such as the Abrams tank and Bradley infantry fighting vehicle. One of the special vehicles used is the BV-206, a famous multi-terrain tracked vehicle that excels not only in snow and ice, but also offers low cost and the ability to carry up to 2.4 tons of cargo or 17 soldiers. According to our findings, with a maximum speed of 40 miles per hour, the BV-206 is an ideal choice for training and combat in the polar regions. The BV-206 is not only used by the U.S. military, but is also exported and widely used by many countries around the world, including Sweden, Canada, Norway, and the United Kingdom, especially for missions in cold regions like Alaska, Northern Europe, and Antarctica. In recent military campaigns, the BV-206 has proven its worth in strategic areas like Afghanistan and Iraq, where complex terrain demands vehicles that can operate effectively in snow, ice, and rugged mountainous terrain. With a price range of $150,000 to $200,000 per unit, the BV-206 is a relatively low-cost vehicle compared to other heavy transport vehicles, yet it delivers exceptional performance in difficult terrain. In addition, the Hoku Dayan training facility in Hokkaido, Japan, frequently provides the U.S. military with the opportunity to engage in snow driving training exercises. Vehicles like the Joint Light Tactical Vehicle (JLTV) are gradually replacing the legendary Humvee, and their ability to move across snow and ice is an essential factor in their design. Specifically, during training, drivers will operate the JLTV both with and without tracks to experience the distinct difference and see the significant benefits of using tracks in such challenging conditions. Maintaining U.S. military operations in harsh conditions requires a massive logistics system and the ability to deploy forces flexibly. RoRo, roll-on, roll-off vessels, combined with the INS, improved Navy littoral system, are vital tools for transporting military vehicles and equipment, ensuring that logistics and combat forces can reach polar regions quickly. In particular, U.S. Marine Corps amphibious assaults are highly skilled at deploying troops into combat zones from the sea, which is one of their signature strengths. This demonstrates that the U.S. military is ready to face any challenge, even in the extreme conditions of the Arctic. With thorough training and close coordination with NATO allies, the U.S. is sure to overcome any storm and continue maintaining a strong military presence in these regions. What do you think about these training exercises? Could the ability to maintain combat readiness in freezing conditions become a decisive factor in future U.S. military campaigns? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you love stories about naval power, mighty warships, and modern military strategies, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you won't miss our upcoming videos from Navy Power. We will continue to bring you exciting content, in-depth analysis, and the most interesting information about the Navy and global military strength.